Right, Sean, Katie, Sean. The Acolyte.
Yes.
First thing, two things I need to say. Firstly, someone commented on one of our videos and said Legends fans talking trash about Disney is getting boring or something along those lines, to which I say, well, if Disney actually produced some decent Star Wars, then I wouldn't talk trash about them. That's my response to that.
I said all Disney Star Wars is trash.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Then someone also said that, you know, brought up a really good point, not by what they said, but the way they said it. They basically did a giant paragraph about how Phantom Menace is horse poo, and if you have an opinion that it's not horse poo, then you're incorrect and you're stupid and all that nonsense. To which I also say, fancy living in a world where you know everything and no one else knows anything. Not allowed to have your own opinion. You know? How dare you have your own opinion?
I know.
Not allowed. But anyway, the second thing is, I've noticed a lot of people aren't particularly happy with the way this looks.
This looks.
I don't know this trailer, just from everything that they've seen so far, they're not all that happy with the way it looks.
Okay. To be honest, I'm not really familiar with this, what they're going to be doing. I've not really read much on it, so I'm kind of going in blind.
So we'll watch, see what we can pick up. I said before that I wanted Darth Plagueis' master to be in it, the Bith. I can't remember his name.
You got it wrong last time, didn't you?
I said Darth Tenebrous was his master. No, I said Darth Venomous was his master.
Yeah.
But Darth Venomous is not his master. Darth Tenebrous is his master. Darth Tenebrous is his master. Darth Venomous was Darth Tenebrous' secret apprentice.
Are you sure?
No. But he was a Bith. That much I know. He was a Bith. Okay. So let's watch, see what we can pick up, see if we agree with what everyone says.
Okay.
See if we don't.
Also, warning if you're one of the people that get triggered, but we probably will trash Disney Star Wars. Not all of it, but a portion of it. And that's just how it's going to be.
Yep.
So.
Believe it or not, you who disagree with us are the minority. We aren't the minority. Play now.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
Oh my.
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance in the name of peace. But that peace is a lie.
Interesting. Was she going to be the one to get killed?
Jedi are being hunted.
She was my student. I trained her. Let me be the one to bring her in.
Oh, ex-Jedi. Oh, that was nifty.
I sense this is only a small part of a larger plan.
Oh, well, that's him from Game of Thrones.
To tip the scales.
June.
It's time to face the past. Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force. If you want to pull the thread, don't change everything. And pull it.
Who are you?
What are you?
Okay.
That doesn't help me. Oh, for goodness sake.
Okay, interesting. Is that, he has a dual-bladed lightsaber?
Did he?
Is it? Or is that, no, I think that's just the way he flicked it.
Yeah, although...
No, I think it's just there.
No,
yeah, that's just the way it's holding right there.
Yeah, he looks like he's had the crap beaten out of him. Is that a mask? It's a mask, isn't it?
I mean, it's definitely a mask. It looks like it's like a smile going across.
It's gonna be one of them where he pulls it off and he goes... You know, just like the hissing noise. It's gonna be one of them. Gonna have clasps on the side. People were saying they don't like this bit where they all unsheath the lightsabers. I really like it.
We don't like this bit.
Yeah.
What is it they don't like about it?
I don't know.
Oh, he has a yellow blade.
I have no idea.
It's...
See, the thing I can get behind is I don't like the way the lightsabers look. They're too thick. They're far too thick.
You seen the too thick?
Yeah, they're far too thick. I also don't like how now suddenly they light up everything. You know,
Right.
like everything in the immediate environment is totally lit up. You know, that wasn't always the case. But again, that's not something I'm not... I don't hate it because that's happening. That's, you know,
Yeah.
that never used to be the case. You know, it was a bit more subtle, you know, in Attack of the Clones.
Which bit?
The bit at the end when Anakin's fighting Dooku, he sort of cuts the lights and everything goes dark. It's not...
Well, that makes sense because everything's dark.
Yeah, but they're not overly illuminating everything. You just see enough. Like when it's really close to his face, you see his face. You see, you know, you see it's
Yeah.
like the light swooping when it's above his head.
It's
but
not... Yeah,
not everything is illuminated.
It's not like a torch. It's not
Yeah.
like lighting up the entire room.
That's something that I've noticed with a lot of people. Don't seem to like that.
I think that's more of like probably an artistic, like visual thing, isn't it? It seems very witchy. I want to say
Yeah.
with them, they feel very witchy.
So this last was a Jedi, or an apprentice at least, and she's gone over to the witchy witchness.
That's what
witch
this
people.
feels like anyway. There's a shot earlier on where it looks like at least an apprentice, probably more than likely. Yeah, he's an apprentice, isn't he? That feels witchy.
Yeah.
But they're all stood by.
Yeah.
What's going on here? What is
This is her from the Matrix, isn't it?
Seems to be.
But is she not the one who's going to get killed?
Maybe not. I saw the wood. I saw like the wood, and she looks like she's in a wooden room earlier on. It looks like,
Yeah.
but maybe not.
Maybe if we look close at everyone's lightsaber hilts, we could figure out who it is. That's not a very good lightsaber hilt, anyway.
I've put a thing about lightsaber hilts.
Yes, because this should be cool. There's some proper hideous lightsaber hilts. Jedi Temple looks cool.
Shane, we see her later on. Obviously, a Padawan here. So it's going to be a jump, I imagine.
Yeah. This guy is obviously Yoda. Not Yoda as in Yoda, like actually Yoda. Like he's the sort of
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
the Grand Master, essentially. Training all the new younglings before they go into their Jedi mastery. He seems to be involved. This is a prison. Strange. Although those pillars do look vaguely Coruscant. Is this the Jedi Temple?
Look fakely Coruscant.
What they do?
He's talking about there.
Yeah.
I think we talked about before, didn't we? Do we feel like this is going to be where we see the beginning of the end of the Jedi Order?
Probably.
We see them, maybe the ignorance, maybe the hypocrisies maybe starting to come forward, that they're not all...
Yeah.
That they've almost lost the way a bit. They've almost lost who they're meant to be.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. That's obviously what he's talking about.
No, see where they're... Oh, is she investigating the Jedi death?
See, that looks like it's the same room.
It looks like it's the same room, but I think she's investigating the Jedi's death.
Right. And she's just there. Because the knife's on the floor there, look.
Yeah. See there, you see how thick that lightsaber is? It's just a bit too thick for my liking.
Okay.
It's a really strange thing with me. Like, I didn't like in Rebels how the lightsabers were too
Really
thin.
I think everyone didn't really like that.
But I also don't like them being too thick. I don't like... That just looks like a big green sausage there, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Maybe it's deliberate. I don't know. Maybe not.
There's definitely fighting out there.
Oh, she's deflecting her knives.
And I have to say as well, I don't want to really... This is just me being really picky. The actual hilt itself looks really thick and really heavy.
Right.
And that doesn't bode well. You know, in the sequels, that was the problem. The lightsaber hilts looked massive and they were really heavy. They were quite obviously heavy. That's why, like, you know, all the lightsaber fights was just... Zzz, zzz. You know, it was a bit like waving a giant long sword around. You couldn't, like, have any kind of...
fluidity with it.
Yeah, it was kind of like hack. Hack.
I mean, from that didn't seem to be that bad.
That looked quite
Because
good.
one thing we pointed out was that something that we don't like is that it feels like the bullets are going towards the lightsaber as opposed to the lightsaber going towards the bullet.
Yeah.
Is the best way I could probably describe it.
Yeah.
You know, in some recent Disney Star Wars, they kind of hold the lightsaber stationary and the bullets hit it as opposed to them hitting the bullets with the lightsaber and deflecting them. It seems like she deflected there though, which is
That's cool.
good.
That's good. Yeah.
This is him young here. Okay, flashback.
So was that bit we saw earlier on where that kid was getting his eyes turned black? Is that this bit where he takes the youngling with him?
Maybe.
That's why all the other Jedi are kind of standing around. They're actually talking to them.
It feels like this is going to be probably like the first few episodes. This trailer, like this, we're not going to see very much from later on down the line.
It looks like she's trying to fight him. I'm just getting absolutely nowhere near him.
I mean, good. He's like, if he is, like you said, if he is the Grand Master, and he's, you know, he should be awesome. He shouldn't, you know, get his backside handed to him by his former apprentice.
Yeah. I imagine it's going to be like a...
They're holding bows.
Well, he's a Wookiee.
No, not him.
Oh.
These hooded figures behind. They're holding bows and arrows, and they do not seem concerned whatsoever. The fact his eyes just went black, and he's...
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Unless it's like a gift that they're aware of.
June 4th. Well, they've really missed a thing there, haven't they? Why did they not have it yesterday? May 4th?
Because Tales of the Empire came out yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fair enough.
So that... Oh, is that a kyber crystal? Oh, no.
No.
What is that? The green...
Goo. What I can imagine this being is essentially... Obviously, it's going to be like a sort of investigation type thing. And a sort of them uncovering this grand plot by whoever this mysterious red lightsaber guy is. But I would imagine, if I had to guess how this was going to end, I would say it'll have all these moments where it paints him and this particular group as rather strong Jedi. Especially him, the main guy.
Yeah.
Have them painted as like really strong. These are the sort of the golden candidates.
Yeah.
Because some of them still look quite young. Still, of them look like the sort of teenage to early adult years. And then they come up against the guy in the forest, and he destroys everyone, including.
You think including the main guy?
Including him, yeah.
See, that's him young there again. So
she's his master, isn't she? She's his master, and I think she is the one that dies.
She's the one that, because then it makes sense why it's the personal. His former apprentice kills his former master, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a bit sad, really, isn't it? God.
No one is safe from the truth.
It's whether or not they say this person is a Sith.
I know.
You know what I mean? They could just...
That's her. That was the one we see earlier on.
Yeah, she's a...
Burning. Yeah, I think it might be something like...
These just all get annihilated.
Something like that. If I had to sort of imagine this scene, I imagine the main sort of guy, tries to go up and fight. We say something like, "Stay back, I'll handle this," and then he sort of runs up to try and get him, and the guy just blasts him away, and that's when we see him sort of reeling, taking out his lightsaber, and this lot like, "Oh crap, now we're in trouble," and they all unsheath the lightsabers. It's like if that guy just got his backside kicked against this one dude,
yeah,
then maybe we're all in trouble.
See, his lightsaber doesn't seem to be as thick.
Maybe.
It looks a bit, like, uneven, though. Or is that just because it's, like, the shot? No, it does. It looks a bit uneven.
It does, yeah.
Like, Kylo Ren's just look like it flicked off a bit.
Well, Kylo Ren's was supposed to be.
Very, like,
It was broken, wasn't it?
yeah.
What are you? Look, he's definitely been through the ringer. Maybe he gets lightninged.
Maybe.
You know, like one of those sort of I'm taking him now moments, and it's Anakin no, and he just.
I don't know, but I don't feel like that's fitting for his character.
I think that'll be the point. Like, it'll not be the same thing as Anakin. That was just a joke, but
Yeah.
he'll be the one who kind of goes, right, all of you stay back, I'll handle this. And he goes up and he tries to be sort of similar to what he'll probably be throughout the majority of the series. And it'll just be like he's overwhelmed completely by this guy.
Yeah.
Because if this is going to be Sith and it's near sort of more modern times, these people can't live. The Jedi don't know about the Sith until the Phantom Menace, when Darth Maul appears. Like, as far as they're concerned, the Sith are dead. They're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't make sense for them to experience a Sith before Darth Maul. And
But surely if they all got killed, they would be like, okay, so someone's killing Jedi, it's obviously...
Not if there's this thing going on with these witches.
It just depends. I don't know what time frame this is meant to be. I thought this was meant to be like close, not really close, but
Something
like
like 150 years, isn't it?
Is it?
Something like that, yeah.
Because Yoda should be kicking about. Yoda should be here somewhere. And if that's the case,
Set 100 years before the prequel trilogy. Yeah, see.
maybe this is. Maybe this is what makes them. No, that wouldn't make sense
That
either.
doesn't make sense. That's what I mean. This lot can't survive.
Unless he's like not a Sith. They just say, oh, he's not.
No.
We have no reason to believe that this person was a Sith, just a.
I would like to believe that this is Darth Tenebrous. But if the show works around the idea that this guy's in the shadows, he's manipulating these witch people to sort of
It's like orchestrating the whole thing.
do his bidding, and then but because these are actually the elite of the Jedi, then they manage to track him down, only to sort of have him have this sort of glorious plan where he wipes them all out, you know, without it even being realised that it's him. Because again, like you said, this is showing the beginning of the end for the Jedi. You know, if in all their arrogance they turn around and go, well, the Sith can't be alive, we would know it.
We would sense it, we would, yeah.
After all these have been killed, it'd be like, well, it's obviously not a Sith.
Maybe it's like he, along with them, are the only ones that believe that this is a Sith.
Oh, cool.
Maybe there's already a bit of ignorance. Maybe he's not the Grand Master. Maybe he's
A high-ranking Jedi.
just maybe he's just on the council. Maybe, and maybe he's the only one that truly believes that. You
Like
know,
a Qui-Gon.
yeah, that these are Sith, and because they, like you said, some of them do seem young, so maybe they are like knights that follow him and maybe believe, maybe former apprentices of his that actually believe him, and so they go on this journey to find and prove that the Sith are still around. Which would be interesting. It would be really sad though, because it's like if that is the point and that is the plot, it's like, oh, like they were close and that could like help, you know, them realising that the Sith are around, and
Is that not the
they
point of
wouldn't
all
be so
Star Wars,
ignorant.
though?
I know, but it's really sad
The
when
point,
stuff like
the
that
point
happens.
of the point of early Star Wars is to be tragic, isn't it?
So, and it hurts because they keep on adding to it by having all this extra plot. That's like, oh, they were actually so close to realising the truth. Fives in particular, that broke me. Fives.
Yeah.
That broke me in Clone Wars because they were so close and it was right there, and it could have turned the tide, but it was unlucky, and it would be sad if that was the case for this.
I will say that's what Dave Filoni seems to be really good at. He's really good at really.
Dangling the carrot and saying, look how close you are, look how close you are, and then pulling
It's the
it.
same with Darth Maul. Darth Maul warns them. He warns them. Well, Count Dooku
Like, he
warns
warns
them.
Ahsoka, doesn't he?
Yeah, he tells her that Anakin's the one that Palpatine's been after. She just refuses, because she's just as much a byproduct of the Jedi feelings as all the rest. It was destined to happen.
I'm trying to figure out what this plot is going to be, and
Yeah.
it's difficult.
Yeah. It might just be the feelers. If this is a Sith, if this is say Tenebris, who I don't know because I don't know what exactly what length he spent as a Sith, or even Plagueis himself. If it is someone like Tenebris, it might just be the feelers, like them prodding Jedi to see if what kind of
How they're
damage,
gonna react.
what kind of damage they could do to like sort of major threats. Because obviously Tenebris is not the one who comes up with the grand plan. Plagueis is.
So is it Tenebris, then Venomous, then Plagueis?
No.
So how?
Tenebris then Plagueis.
But Venomous is a secret apprentice.
Secret apprentice who attacks Plagueis after Tenebris dies. But Plagueis, being the far stronger, completely overwhelms him and then uses him to do his experiments. He's the one who he experiments on to manipulate midichlorians. Like he kills them, then brings them back to life multiple times, so he can learn how to do it.
So I guess it just depends on the time frame, doesn't it, and how.
Yeah. Because as I was saying, the grand plan is Plagueis. He's the one that comes up with that. Obviously, Palpatine helps him, then executes it.
So then,
So if Tenebris is here, sort of, prodding and trying to figure out the best way to actually bring about the fall of the Jedi, then.
So then that boards the question of what would be the point and purpose of this potential Sith. What is his plan? What's he aiming to do? Is it simply he's just evil and he just wants to destroy the Jedi?
That's what I mean. It might be him going, let's see how they respond to a quite a major threat, see what kind of reactions they have, how smart they are, how clever they are. Will the Republic let them fight this thing by themselves? Because again, they have the answer to the Republic, the Jedi, don't they? They obviously investigate things on their own, but
interesting.
Depends. I'm excited for it, actually. I think it could be quite cool.
Yeah, I'm curious to see why people were iffy about this trailer. Yeah, I don't think anything looked bad. It's just...
It's nitpicky stuff, isn't it? Like me saying the lightsabers are too thick. And
yeah, to be honest, I didn't even acknowledge that.
Yeah.
And about the light, how it lights up. But again, I feel that's probably more artistic choice. So in a dark setting, it illuminates the area.
Yeah. But the thing was before is that when they were in dark before, it illuminated. It didn't just illuminate the whole room.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying it's probably they want the colour of the blue and the red, and they want it to look,
Because they did that for Obi-Wan, didn't they? They had the scene where Anakin had a sort of, when he had the cut in his mask, it kind of went blue for a second when he started talking like Anakin, and then it went red again when he started saying about how Darth Vader killed him.
To the visual representation. Yeah.
But they didn't need to use. They didn't used to need things like that. I get it's artistic and whatever, but I don't want Star Wars to be artistic. I want it to be awesome. Let I don't know, Rings of Power try and be artistic. I don't care about. I don't need Star Wars to be artistic. I just need it to be. I want it to look cool. For instance, the lightsabers. If in this they came out and they were fighting like they used to in the prequels, I wouldn't give a crap about how thick the lightsabers were or how they lit up everything. If they fought like they did in the prequels, wouldn't care. But it's Disney. Disney can't seem to figure out lightsabers.
I'm not, because I'm not. I like to trying to get better at being a bit open-minded when it comes to trailers. I'm not going to write it off completely because from what we saw about the actual lightsaber, the only kind of lightsaber fight that there was the last from the Matrix. She did actually seem to be deflecting them, as opposed to, like I said before, just being stationary and the objects hitting her lightsaber, which is our biggest kind of pet peeve with the lightsabers from Disney. So from that, I'm kind of like, okay, if that is how it's going to be throughout this show, then brilliant, happy, I'll be overjoyed. But I just don't know enough about.
I don't want people to think that when I'm saying these things about lightsabers that I'm not excited about the show. I am excited about the show because I think it could be really cool.
That's just you nitpicking.
Yeah, there's no established characters here to be ruined.
But that's the thing. It's like this is. I mean,
Yoda should be here. That much goes without saying. Yoda should be here, but we don't know if we'll see him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I imagine we probably will see him.
Yeah, probably have a cameo. But I am excited about this. What I'm saying is Disney doesn't understand how to do lightsaber fights. For some weird like say if what happened in this show is how I predict it, in that all of this will lead to the 1 or 2 episodes at the end where they face this Sith, if it is a Sith, and they have this, and the story's told, like I say, and he gets braid, and then they all take the lightsabers out and they go and have a big fight with him, and he just dismantles all of them. I would hate for it to be sequel style lightsaber fighting, if that's what they're going to do. I would rather he was just, it was a really cool lightsaber when none of them could get close to him. It's, you know, it's really well choreographed, everything just looks great, and piece by piece he just kills all of them until it's him and him left.
And then they have an epic duel that lasts like the entire episode.
Yeah, and then it's and that's the end. Like, I wouldn't, that would be fine with me. But if it does all that, like I'm saying, and then they have like a sequel style fight where someone goes to hit him with a lightsaber, he just goes.
He's like, he holds his lightsaber and there's like 3 people. If you like, for some reason, manages to like deflect 3 people at once or something like that.
Without moving, he just goes.
Yeah. Or he just like hits them and then they all just, instead of, yeah.
Or he does that thing where he goes.
And they all hit his back.
Not yet.
On the lightsaber.
And then if he does something like that, that would be stupid. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited for it.
But I think it looks good. It looks, you know.
This is what people have been asking for.
For them to push the boat out a bit.
Yeah.
As opposed to
move a bit
just
away
being
from
the Skywalker. Yeah. Hopefully they do. I mean, we've got this. We've also got the. There's another movie. Is it a movie or is it a
movie?
Trilogy? Is it just a single movie?
Movie, yep, about the
Yeah.
establishing of the Jedi Order.
So, you know, just do it. Push the boat out. Give us some Star Wars awesomeness.
Yeah, give us some lore. You're saying that the legends. They're saying that the legends aren't canon anymore. So, all right then, tell us more of your canon. You know, tell us what you want Star Wars to be.
Yeah.
And see if it's cool.
I'm not opposed to it. I really hope this is good.
I really hope it's good. I think Star Wars has been slowly deteriorating since the sequels, and I would really love, you know, the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian really, like,
really good.
Hiked it back up. The last season of Clone Wars really hiked it up. You know, I really hope it's good. It's got some good actors in it.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. Last from The Matrix is a really good actor.
Yeah, I want some wins for Star Wars. You know what I mean? I want it to all start to piece together, and for it to just be good. Because people think that we like nitpick and we don't like Disney Star Wars and we complain too much. And like it's not because we don't like it. It's because we love Star Wars and we want it to be good. And it's like, we're not saying that like the prequels is perfect by any means, but it's still like, by comparison to some of the stuff we've been getting, is significantly better. And it's just, I want it to, like, there's so much potential.
I always say
for it to be so good.
When people compare the sequels to the prequels, I always say, alright, you know, people who talk about the sequels, they go, oh, well, the prequels were so wooden. It's like, well, so was the sequels. And then they'll say things like, oh, it just didn't look great. And I'll go, you know, I'll concede that to you. Sequels looked better.
Fair play.
You know, and it's kind of like, it had no women in it. It's kind of like, well, okay, it had no women in it, but I would rather have one Padme, as weird as this is going to sound, I would rather have one Padme than a Rey, an Admiral Holdo, a Kelly Marie Tran's character. I would rather have her than those 3, because those 3 now killed Star Wars through bad writing. But the things that the prequels have over the sequels by far is the lightsabers. They've got easily the best lightsaber fights. Like, you know, originals, most people say the originals are the best, rightfully so. The prequels, lightsaber fights are head and shoulders above every other lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
You know, things like Darth Vader and Luke, both of them are good fights, but they're more about the story than the actual fight. You know, with the prequels, they just had brilliant fights. Just out of this world lightsaber battles. And that's, I want them to return to that. Go with Disney's looks.
Yeah, the visual of Disney, but the storytelling of like the originals, and it would just be perfect.
The action of the prequels.
And it would be perfect.
Yeah, perfect. I'd say perfect Star Wars recipe.
And it feels like it shouldn't be difficult, because surely it's just like they just get like stunt coordinators in that like know how to do sword fights and stuff, and it would look good. Surely, you know, like, and just I don't. I don't get it.
And the thing is, a lot of these actors do want to put the effort in. People like Daisy Ridley and
That's for me. That's
Adam Driver really wanted to put the effort in.
The worst part about it was that they did seem really passionate about it, and then it just felt like it fizzled a bit because they could just tell that it wasn't what it should have been. John Boyega, especially poor John Boyega.
Yeah, I know.
I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah, he got the worst. But yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments. Try and be nice. If I get any more messages about, how my opinion is wrong or terrible or all that crack, unless you can actually discuss.
That's why maybe I have nothing wrong with debates. As long as it's not nasty and like, oh, you're stupid because of this and I'm right because of this. It's like, no, like, be like, oh, personally I like this because of this reason. Like, fair enough. We're not saying that you're like wrong and you're an idiot for liking the sequels. It's
Imagine saying to a
difference in
person,
opinion.
one of your childhood favourite films is terrible because I know it's terrible.
It's like, well, why?
Yeah, what kind of person do you have to be?
It's like, well, why is it
You really
terrible?
need to take a look at yourself a bit, don't you? Like if someone said, like if you said to me one of your favourite childhood films, and I just didn't like it as a film, I would go, that's a bit weird, but okay, it's your childhood film, fair enough. I don't like it, but fair enough. I would never ever go, you're stupid because you like that film when you were 4. It's like we every human being likes a film because it was their favourite film when they were a child. Phantom Menace is one of mine. I think it's ignorant more than anything else. I think that's what that is. But anyway, did I do the outro?
I can't even remember.
Let us know what you think down in the comments. What do you think it's going to be about? Do you think that's a Sith? Do you think it's Tenebrous? Do you think... do you like my ending? Did you have one?
I had an ending.
What was your ending?
I said it, didn't I?
Oh, where they have a full episode lightsaber fight.
No, I can't remember. I'm too focused on like other things. What did I say?
I don't know.
I was probably like...
I don't think you did do an ending.
Right, no, it wasn't so much an ending. It was more when I was talking about him discovering the truth.
Oh, you mean
That was
the tragic story.
The tragedy of it.
Yeah, the tragedy of whatever he is. The wise. Yeah. Like the video, subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Anything else you want to say?
It's going to be weird to say, but hear me out.
Okay.
I hope that they shake that, like, fear of killing characters.
Right.
Because it feels like there's a lot of characters where something happens, they get hurt, should be, severely injured, they should be, like, on the brink of death, but they always bring them back and they don't kill characters.
Right. Do
You
you
know
mean
what I mean?
Sabine? Is that what you're
That was
the one
kind
you're
of what...
thinking?
It's like...
She gets stabbed in the stomach the same as Qui-Gon Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
Qui-Gon Jinn, the experienced Jedi, dies.
But...
She lives.
It's... Yeah, it's like... In this instance, I feel like for this show and what they're showing to us, there should be a lot of deaths.
Yeah.
There should be a lot of those Jedi that die.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I hope they kind of, like, aren't afraid to show a bit of death. Also show some dismemberment.
Oh, they won't do that.
I'm still on board with the theory that Disney have said 1 dismemberment per show / movie. So it seems like that's what they do.
Which is stupid.
But yeah, I just hope they just, they just don't have to be so worried about stuff like that. Give us some dark.
Yeah.
Make Star Wars dark, because it's not all
Sunshine and
light,
roses.
and yeah, it is dark. It's allowed to be dark.
What child is going to see a film or a series, see someone get their arm cut off, then get a toy lightsaber and think, I better be careful with this, I'll chop someone's arm off. I'm like, well, no, I don't care about that. I like how it's a lighty up sword that makes a cool noise whenever I ignite it.
Yeah. Also, there's no blood because it's cauterizes it, so it's not like it's like
horrific.
Yeah. So I mean, you lose an arm and stuff, yeah, but I remember watching you, but like I think it might have been you or Dad, probably both of you, make me watch Star Wars, and it's like Django Fett's head gets cut off, and Anakin's arm gets cut off, and it's like, and Luke's arm gets cut off. It's like, oh my god, this is like extreme, but I loved it.
It's something like you see 26 limbs get removed or body parts get removed in the prequels and the originals, just to get to the sequels and have a guy get a lightsaber up the length of his body and survive.
Yeah.
That's basically like Jango Fett getting his head cut off and then going, oh no, I'm fine, I'll just sleep in a Bacta tank. You know,
Kylo Ren's another one that got stabbed and didn't die.
He gets his face cut by a lightsaber. His head should be in half. Listen, I like Adam Driver as much as the next person, but his face should have been in half.
Should have at least lost a nose or something.
Yeah. Make
You know
him
what I mean? Like,
hideous and
just-
deformed.
Just, yeah.
Then there would have been less people.
Like they had to piece them together and...
Yeah, there would have been less people going crazy about him when he had his shirt off in the second one. Because he's missing a nose. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
No,
agree.
you get what I mean, though. I hope they
I
just
agree.
shake the fear of people dying and people get, like, dismembered and stuff. It's like, that's a part of Star Wars, whether they like it or
agree.
not.
It's just hypocritical, I think. It's hypocritical to have in one episode a guy getting chopped in half by a laser barrier and then be too scared to see the Jedi chopping someone in half in the next episode.
But it's like,
That's just silly.
it's like when you think about Disney Plus, it's like you can watch the originals and then the prequels and the originals, and there's dismemberment and stuff and people, people are dying and it's like horrible. That's on Disney. You can watch that. They are advertising that, and then it gets to like, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh no, but we don't want to do that with our stuff, with our Disney stuff. It's like, well, it's there for us to see.
Yeah. There's the marked change, and we all know what the change is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, one of the more brutal deaths you see that doesn't even, like... You see Jango Fett get swallowed by a sarlacc pit? The giant anus in the desert? Boba Fett, yeah.
Jango Fett gets his head caught.
And you see the other guys getting eaten by it. It burps after it eats someone. The giant anus in the desert. And, like... They're crazy about someone losing a hand. At least, when...
Darth Maul gets cut in half.
Yeah. Anakin gets all of his limbs cut off, then he gets burned to a crisp.
I know that. I mean, that's horrific.
Yeah. But no, we can't show someone getting their arm cut off. Heaven forbid. And it's like...
I'm still on that theory of Disney have said one dismemberment per
Do people think people are going
show / movie.
go to a volcano and be like, I want to be like Anakin Skywalker. Chop my legs off, my arm off, and then just leave me here. And then they're rolling around in lava going, I hate you, because Star Wars is impressionable. No, it's a fantasy and sci-fi land. Grow up, Disney.
Yeah. Exactly.
Was that it?
That was it, yeah.
I said what you said, but a bit angrier. And a bit
Yeah.
more sarcastic.
Yeah.
You've got to work on your sarcasm.
I have a different kind of sarcasm.
Yeah, you have the annoying stunt kind. Like if... like if I just spat on my screen.
I need to